Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. How y'all doing tonight? We back. All right. How everybody doing tonight? Let's give everybody a few minutes to get logged in. Let's go. All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? And we are back. Yes, sir. Yo, listen, y'all asked for the fourth night. We added an additional night. Did the fourth night. So yeah, let's go. I'm super excited. I got something special for you guys tonight. All right, I definitely got something special for you guys tonight. Let's let everybody get logged in. Let me know what was your takeaways. What was your takeaways from last night? You guys drop your takeaways from last night, from yesterday. What was your takeaways from yesterday's call? Let me know what you learned yesterday. What was your main takeaways from yesterday's call? Let me know. Drop in the chat what you learned yesterday. What was your takeaways from yesterday's call? Let me know. Let me know. Run the play. Run the play. Storage business. Yes. What did you learn about storage business? Yep. Make a 3-year plan. Most definitely. Most definitely. The SBA. Yep. The 7A loan. Yep. No credit funding. 6 streams of income off of one storage unit play. Yes. 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 Right. Multiple ways to get money out of one source of income. Yes. Most definitely. We always got to be creative when it comes to leveraging our income. Right. When it comes to streams of income, being able to diversify off of one. A lot of us don't know, and people don't think to multiply. We say, yo, we need multiple streams of income, and we think that we need to have 6 different businesses versus multiplying within one stream of income, right? Within one industry, right? Okay. You learned him 500 to go. Respect. Let the world know. Let the world know. Let's go. All right. Family legacy meeting. Yes. Form your own investment group, right? You can literally form your own investment group when you have the information. That's what's so vital about understanding and having access to information that nobody else has had, right? We haven't had access to information. So now we're at a point where we can literally create our own investment groups, right? We can literally create our own investment groups. That's the key to it, right? That's the key. We literally can create our own investment groups. So listen, come on, let's go. All right. Yep. A hidden niche in real estate, most definitely. Especially with the economy that's coming. Exactly. Start creating our own investors. Yes. Neighbor says how to use it. Yep, neighbor. Yeah, neighbor is a lick that most people don't realize, right? I'm gonna tell y'all something. Is that I know people who actually rent apartments, cheap apartments, and use them as storage units on neighbor for multiple people and generate a couple $1,000s a month off of one apartment. So you imagine you go rent a 2-bedroom apartment and you just use it as storage, and you allow people to store things there and just secure it and lock it up. Right? yeah, most definitely. Yes, it's in the program, but Big 5 person. Thank you for the convention, big bro. Sending me a drink and Dre. Yo, let's go. Yo, if you was in Dre's, we had a good time. Everybody that was, in Vegas for the recession proof convention, we had a good time the whole weekend, like from the convention to the after parties everywhere. It was definitely a good time. Kogo Capital. Yes, that's definitely a jewel as well. Kogo Capital for everybody that was here yesterday that caught it, right? Kogo Capital. Let's go. All right. Operating agreements. Yep. All right. So shit. Your hedge fund. Yep. If you missed yesterday and you went VIP, you'll get the replay. So if you missed yesterday and you go in your VIP, you'll get the replay. All right. Y'all make sure y'all tell everybody who's supposed to be here to get on the call. Make sure they don't miss it tonight. It's going to be different. It's a different level of information, right? Tonight we're going to the next level when it comes to building wealth. Okay. When it comes to building wealth at this point in the game, now we're taking it to the next level. And so what I want you guys to do is understand something, right? I told you guys how to generate income, right? How to make money. We showed you guys how to go get access to capital. I showed you guys how to actually generate capital. I showed you guys how to invest the capital, make your money work for you again. Guess what? They're already saying Marvin in the chat. So listen, I see Marvin in the chat already. So, my brother is one of the goats when it comes to actually diversifying the income again, right? When it comes to learning about insurance and when it comes to making your money work for you, this is one of the best to do it, right? And, I'm blessed to have a friend like this that's willing to come. I say, yo, we doing a 4th day. He said, yo, let me know I got value I can add to him, because this is just the next level of earned income and multiplying the income. Our whole mindset this week was cash flow, right? Everything I told you guys was about cash flow. So as we get ready tonight and we go and we continue to build, right? Build your own bank. It's a lot of information that Marvin brings to the table that I'm not even going to start going into what he does and what he going to share. I'm going to get a floor to Marvin, right? I appreciate you, my brother Marvin. Y'all to give y'all drop some fire in the chat. If y'all ready for tonight, we need energy, right? Drop some fire in the chat for Marvin tonight.
Let's go.
To teach you guys the next level about taking your life to the next level and really creating generational wealth. You cannot create generational wealth without tonight's call, y'all. Let's go. Marvin, the floor is yours. Boss.
Hey, look, I heard that this was
you
a
muted. I can't hear
days,
you.
Man.
Oh, I got you. Yep.
I heard this was a fire 3 days. Y'all got to let me know in the comments first. I need to know one takeaway y'all got from these 3 days so far. Y'all got to drop one takeaway, because I'm trying to catch up. I missed most of it. So drop me some fireballs. Let me know what happened in the 3 days. Let me know what's up. Give me one takeaway, y'all. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Hey, look, today we about to go to the next level. Like, because I already know Marcus and taught y'all about turning credit into cash. He didn't taught y'all about all the plays. Nobody in this room should be poor thinking anymore. Nobody in this room should be thinking backwards. We only thinking forward right now. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to give y'all a couple plays. But before I give y'all a couple plays, I actually got to give y'all a couple principles. I got to give y'all a couple principles, because we got to be different, y'all. We got to change family generations. We got to change our legacy right now. This is what this 3 days has been about. This is what this bonus day is about. How can we change future generations, right? So the first thing I want to tell y'all, if you really want to change generations, I'm going to tell y'all the secrets to the wealthy. I celebrated hitting over 10 million this year for the first time. 2 years ago, I barely hit 1 million. So how did I go from 1 million to 10 million? And before that, I only hit 100K. So how did I grow so fast from 100K to 1 million to 10 million plus? And we only in what, July? So how did I do that so fast, right? We're about to talk about that. I had to get into rooms. With people like Marcus, who taught me a thing or two about thinking big. I saw what he was building with RPX. I saw what he was building across the globe, and I saw how humble he was when he was doing it. I said, man, Marcus teaching me the game, bro. I can't just let this game just pass me up. I had to take advantage of the game. And then you know what I did the first time I met Marcus? I met Marcus for about 30 minutes. I already knew he was the real deal. I said, Marcus, what you got going on? He said, I do RPX. I had never even heard of RPX. He said, I got RPX. I said, how much it costs, bro? Whatever it costs, just here's my card. I said, just charge me. You remember that, bro? I said, here's my card. Just charge me for it, whatever it is. And I don't even think I got a discount on it. I just got it at whatever it was, full price. I was like, I don't even care.
5K.
And I got into RPX, started digging into the material. And I'm telling you, I got just a couple plays from RPX that made me at least 300 grand. At least 300 grand. So then I spoke at the conference, the RPX conference. And let me tell you, Marcus put me on more than anybody else has put me on. That's one of the things I love about Marcus, because Marcus, he ain't intimidated. He ain't afraid. Marcus recognizes leaders, and he puts them into positions to lead. A lot of people are afraid of when people coming in and they say, oh, no, he doing too much. Let's let him sit in the background and wait his turn. Now, Marcus like, no, he doing a lot. I see him. So let me raise him up. And that's really what RPX is all about. RPX ain't about learning credit to cash. Credit to cash is a part of it. It's about building leaders. It's about building community. It's about taking people to the next level. Somebody say next level in the chat. Somebody say next level in the chat. See, RPX is a movement. RPX ain't a community. It's a movement. What they're doing, I went to RPX and I saw Marcus getting a fraternity. I saw him getting the Presidential Medal of Honor. I was like, this ain't normal. This ain't normal. I say, this gotta be a 30K program. And the fact that he's still charging 3,000, 3,500, whatever he's charging for it now. I was like, bro, one day you're gonna have to increase these prices. You can't keep charging these people 2,500 and you making millionaires in this group. You can't be making millionaires for 2,500. So what I'm gonna do, What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give y'all a couple of plays, but first I got to give you a couple principles. So here's the first principle. This is what successful people do. I watch Marcus. I watch other people out here. I watch people like Myron. I watch people out here, and I saw what do they do, and I studied them. I paid $200,000 to spend a day with one of my mentors because I wanted to study him. I wanted to see what did he do. How can I evaluate him? And this is what I found out. Number one, wealthy people, the top 1% of people, they act fast. They act now. They don't wait for tomorrow what they can do today. They don't wait to do tomorrow what they can do today. If they know they can do it right now, they do it. And the reason why they do it, this is what I was told. They act now because of the fact that why wait? Waiting costs them money. Waiting costs them time, which costs them money. This is what they tell me. Procrastination, one of my mentors told me, procrastination is the assassination of your dreams. They told me procrastination is the thief of all joy. They said that if you want to get to the next level, take action. But what if I make a mistake? That's one of the questions I had when I first heard it. What if I make a mistake and I move too fast? This is what one of my mentors told me. They said successful people, they take action, they commit first, they figure out the rest later, they take action, and sometimes they take the wrong action and it's a mistake. But instead of them going backwards and saying I made a mistake, they smile in the fact that they learn quicker than the next person. So they'll rather make 5 mistakes and get it right the 6th time than to not take action at all. See, wealthy people, they act 10 times before they're successful one time, while the person who's not successful wait for the perfect plan just to act once. Wealthy people that got successful the 10th time, while the person that ain't made no moves is still trying to figure out their first move. So somebody say in the chat, you got to say first move. You got to make the first move. You got to act now. Right there in the chat, first move. First move. First move is advantage. The person who acts fast, acts first, is typically the person who wins. Look, if you're in this room, I want to tell you, if you want to stop thinking like you're poor, you got to start acting like you're rich. You got to start speaking things into existence. Speak things that are not as though they are. You got to understand you got to take advantage out of the opportunity of a lifetime during the lifetime of the opportunity. I don't think y'all heard me. Marcus, I don't think they heard me. You got to be able to take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime within a lifetime of the opportunity. How many of y'all know that RPX is a movement that eventually they're not going to be able to keep prices where they at right now? They're not. I mean, it's a steal. Everybody tell Marcus the same thing. Marcus, what are you doing, bro? Why are you charging people so low? Why are you charging people? He said, man, I got a premium offer. He said, I do got a premium offer. I got a 50K offer, but I want to give as many people an opportunity to build up their confidence and to build up their self-esteem and to build their wealth before they can be able to get into my 50K program. You know, that's different. That's different. Right? So here's the thing. I'm going to give y'all another principle. If I only had $5,000, if all I had was $5,000 and nothing else, what would I do with it? How would I invest it? This is how I would invest it. Y'all ready? What I would do is I would invest that money into 3 things: my mindset, my skill set, and financial literacy. Those are the 3 things. My mindset. In fact, write that down in the chat. I want to make sure y'all got it. I'm helping y'all out today. My mindset, my skill set, and financial literacy. Y'all got me? Mindset, skill set, financial literacy. Those are the 3 things. Here's why. If you take your money and invest it in yourself, there's 3 things that happen. When you invest in financial literacy, your mindset goes up. And let me tell you this. When your mindset goes up, your bank account can't go down for long. Understand that your bank account can only grow as high as your only. I want y'all to say it's only $1 million. I want y'all to say it's only $1 million in the chat. It's only $1 million. It's only $1 million. So why do I say it's only $1 million? Because when you begin to think in terms of this little chump change, this little $10,000 is chump change. This little $20,000 ain't nothing. This little $30,000 That ain't nothing. $50,000 is a little chump change to me. $50,000 like me buying a burger at McDonald's or something. That's what $50,000 is like. When you start thinking like that, your
Mhm.
only increases, and your pocketbook, your dollar, your wallet can't grow as much as your only. So hear me out. I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it. If you got a mindset that you built up, you spend on financial literacy, you spend on education, you're not cheap. You spend it on what you need to spend it on. And let's just say you got super wealthy and your mindset was up here. And let's say something happened and you lost it all. An unfortunate situation, you lost it all. Eventually, your money has to catch back up to your mindset. That's why rich people lose their money and they get it right back. Rich people lose their money, they get more back because their mindset was still here. Even though they lost the money, they didn't lose the mindset. Now, catch this, catch this. What if your mindset is here and you get a sudden inheritance and all of a sudden your money is here? What happens? Football players, gamblers, people who win a casino, what happens? They end up losing it all because eventually your money has to revert back to your mindset. That's why I would spend every dollar that you have, if you don't have much money, on mindset, on financial literacy, on RPX, because RPX is the ultimate mindset. It's the ultimate financial literacy. It's one of the only things you can get that you can get all three. You can get mindset because you're in a big room. Did y'all go to RPX conference? If you went to the RPX conference, it wasn't nothing but thinking big. It wasn't nothing but mindset. Magic Johnson coming on the stage, Mike Tyson coming on the stage. Like 8 rooms happening at the same time. Speakers galore. No panels. Just people speaking and giving game. That's mindset. But it's also skill set. You learned all skill set, how to turn credit into cash. But you also learned financial literacy. Those are 3 things that you got in one. People charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for that. And if you was a member of RPX, you got that for free. That's the craziest thing, for free. That don't happen, y'all. So hear me out. Hear me out. You got to be willing. And I want y'all to get this. I want to help somebody out. If you want to make money, you got to be willing to let go of the seed that's in your hand. See, too many people are broke because they mistake their seed for the harvest. Too many people are broke because they never release that seed out of their hand and they stay broke. Name me one big business that started that big business without dropping a seed. Name me one big business that started without getting debt, without being able to leverage other people's money, without actually borrowing somebody else's money and dropping that seed and not being afraid. Name any big business. They didn't start their business from starting under their mattress. They got the financial education. They got what they needed to do to grow. But many of y'all holding on so hard to the seed that you can't grow. Let me tell y'all a story real quick. It's a story of the talents. It's biblical. So if you ain't into the Bible, you're gonna have to. You still. I want you to hear this out. Hear the story. There was a master that came. He gave 3 people talents according to their ability. Now, talents mean money. Now, one talent equals about $800,000 of US dollars today. So he gave one person 1 talent according to his ability. He gave the second person 2 talents, and then he gave the third person 5 talents according to his ability. Right? So this is what happened. The person with 1 talent, he said, "No, I'm afraid to lose it. I don't want to drop this seed. I got bills to pay. I can't lose it. I want to make sure that the master comes back and that I got this seed ready for him when he comes back. So I'm not going to lose it. I'm going to bury it. I ain't going to do nothing with it." The second person doubled it, and then the third person doubled it. The master was away chilling. The master come back. He said, "What did you do with my money?" First person, he said, "Well, I was afraid I would lose it because I know you're a person that reaps in places that you did not sow. I know that you're a good master, and I didn't want to lose it for you, so I kept it." The other 2 said, "I doubled it. I doubled it." He said, he went back to the one that said, "You wicked and slothful and lazy servant. You're supposed to be fruitful and multiply, but you ended up holding on to that seed thinking that that's what I want you to do. It's not yours anyway. It's mine." He said, "I wanted you to double it. I want you to triple it." He took the one away from that one and gave it to the one with 2 or 3. Wicked and slave and slothful servant, you'll be casted away where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth, which basically means hell. So if you're holding on to a seed that you know can change your generation, if you're holding on to a seed that you know can change your family's life, and you're afraid to drop that seed, you are wicked and you a slothful servant. I hate to say it that way. That's not me. That's biblical. Now, look, I got a question for y'all. Who was the hero in that story? Drop it in the chat. Who was the hero in that story? Drop it in the chat. Who was the hero in that story? I'm about to get to some plays in a minute, but y'all got to get these principles first. Appreciate it, Andrea. I see you. Doc, I see you. Tony, I see you. Somebody said, Amanda said, I'm sold. I ain't even sold nothing yet, but I'm about to, though. All right. So who? Okay, I see it. I see it coming in. Y'all got it. Y'all must have heard me say this. Yep. Some people say the person with the 5 talents, the master, the master. The hero in that story wasn't the person that turned 5 to 10. The hero in that story was actually the master. Why was the master the hero? I want y'all to hear this out. First off, the master gave to each person according to their ability. So he didn't just go giving money. He said, look, I know you fruitful. I'm going to give you this. I know you fruitful. I'm going to give you this. I'm kind of questionable about you, so I'll give you a little bit to see what you can do with it. He only gave that person 1. That's why he turned to 1 and didn't turn to 2, because he already knew he wasn't going to do much according to his ability, right? So he also was the GOAT because the master just gave money away. He loaned money and he went away on vacation chilling while they went to work and made him money. If that's not RPX, I don't know what is. He went away chilling on vacation. He didn't work for the money. He reaped in places that he did not sow. He went away and came back and collected his money. What does RPX teach you? Turn credit into cash, go out and get assets, let those assets work for you while you sleep, take that money, pay off your credit, and get yourself some extra cash flow. Is that RPX or what? So you sowing into good ground. You ain't sowing into bad ground. You sowing into good ground, and he teaching you how to make money in your sleep. See, the problem with most people is that they think that they can only get 26 checks per year. The problem with most people is they think you got to work, get paid. Work, get paid. Work, get paid. See, people who are wealthy, they reverse that. They say, I'm going to work one time, and then I'm going to get paid. Then I'm going to work. Then I'm going to get paid. Then I'm going to work again. Then I'm going to get paid again. I'm going to work that one time, but I'm going to build something that's going to keep paying me over and over and over again. Ain't that what markets teach you? To go out and get yourself an asset that's going to keep working for you over and over and over. See, there shouldn't be a day that goes by that you don't make money. Somebody say, I sound like Marcus. There shouldn't be a day that go by that you shouldn't be making money. See, there's not a day that goes by that I don't at least have $2,000 more in my bank account. You see, I'm not trading my time for dollars. I'm not the slave of my money. The money is my slave. I tell my money what to do. I speak to that money and tell it where to go. I speak to that money and command it where to go, because I know that money comes to me easily, frequently, and abundantly. And I understand the principle of changing my environment and getting to circles like RPX where they're going to challenge me. They're going to challenge me to change my mind for the best. That's what I do. Are you in RPX? How many of y'all, let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all are already in RPX? If you're already in RPX, type RPX. Type RPX in the chat. You remember RPX already? Type RPX in the chat. One of the greatest organizations for Black financial literacy, and not just Black financial literacy, because it's spreading out amongst all cultures. One of the best financial literacy organizations, period. A lot of RPX in the room. Now, I got another question for y'all. If y'all not in RPX yet, I want y'all to write this down. If you're not in RPX yet, I want you to write this down. Not yet. I want you to write that down. If you're not in RPX yet, write down not yet, because we want you to join the family. Write down not yet. Don't be ashamed. We still love you even if you're not a part of RPX. I want to see you write down not yet. I love it. I love it. I love it. Appreciate it. A lot of not yets. I love it. Not yet. I love it. I love it. I love it. A lot of y'all are in for a treat. I want y'all to understand money comes to you easily, frequently, and abundantly. I love that y'all are saying not yet, because I'm about to teach y'all the next principle. Y'all ready? The next principle is the importance of mentorship. I'm going to tell y'all this next principle. I'm going to tell y'all a story about myself. I sincerely believe that every single thing that I invest in myself, notice I say in myself. I didn't say everything that I invest in Marcus, everything that I invest in Marvin, everything that I invest in somebody else. Everything that I invest in myself is going to come back to me tenfold plus. Every single thing that I invest in myself is going to come back to me tenfold plus. The bigger investments that I do do for myself, the bigger return on investment I'm going to get. I'm going to prove it. It's almost like the tithe in the church. Instead of it being it's like a tithe in yourself. So get this. When I look back on my history, when I've invested $1,000 into something, I return back 10 grand historically on average. When I invested 10,000 into something, it brought me back 100,000. When I invested 100,000 into something, it brought me back $1 million. And yes, I have invested $100,000 into myself. Yes, I have invested $55,000 into myself. Marcus has too. See, Marcus ain't doing anything. He ain't telling you to do anything he hasn't done himself, right? And I know it because I seen him there, because we both paid to be a part of the group. So I know he believe in investing in mentorship. If your mentor don't have a mentor, you need to get rid of him, right? So not only that, recently, get this, y'all. Recently, I said, let me do something crazy. Let me do something crazy. So I went out and I invested $600,000 into myself in one day. In one day, I went to a program to scale my business, dropped $400,000. One of my mentors said, "Hey, you want to sit with me for a day? It's $200,000." How many of y'all can say that sounds crazy? $200,000 in one day on to spend one day with somebody? So that's $600,000. And I did it. Why? Because I understand that when you find a good mentor, do whatever they tell you to do, pay them whatever they tell you to pay them, and take action now. Don't think about it. That's how too many people fall behind. When you find yourself a good ground, which Marcus is good ground. When you find yourself good soil, Marcus is good soil. When you find yourself a good community, Marcus is a good community. You say whatever they tell you to pay, you do it, and you don't ask any questions about it. Why? Because they're a multi 8-figure plus millionaire that's trying to give you the game for pennies on a dollar, right? Remember what I told you. I believe that everything I invest in myself is going to bring me back tenfold, right? So I invested that $600,000 in myself. I kid you not. My goal was within a year, I wanted to make an additional $6 million. I kid you not. In 3 weeks, after dropping that $600,000, I made $7 million. $7 million in 3 weeks. Kid you not. Swear to God. You can look it up. I promise you. 3 weeks, no cap. 3 weeks, $7 million. Why? Because my mind was thinking big. It was preparing myself for the blessing that was to come. And I released the seed. I wasn't afraid to release the seed. When you're afraid to release the seed, you're afraid to grow. If you want to grow, you got to get uncomfortable. Somebody say the word uncomfortable in the chat. You got to get uncomfortable. Many of y'all are afraid to get uncomfortable. You value your bills more than you value your future. That ain't it. That ain't it. You gotta put yourself into a position where you're around people like me, where I can go out and make $7 million in a day. Where you're around people like Marcus, where Marcus can go out and bring people like Magic Johnson to his stage, Mike Tyson to his stage, Floyd Mayweather to his stage like it ain't nothing, Rick Ross to his stage like it ain't nothing, Rick Ross doing videos with him. If you don't want to be surrounded by that, I don't know what to tell you. Quite frankly, you're afraid to grow. You must hate money. You must hate money if you don't want to be a part of that. Look, I got something else for y'all. Look, so let me tell y'all this. Many of y'all don't know this, but I'm actually a financial advisor. I own a financial firm. I've owned my financial firm for 16 years now. I was inducted to the Financial Advisor Hall of Fame just in January. I'm the #1 advisor in my field, the #1 Black advisor in my field. I was the only African-American financial advisor inducted to the Hall of Fame, and I was the youngest one. So the youngest and the only Black one inducted to the Hall of Fame, right? So I know a thing or two when it comes to money. So here's what I want to tell y'all about money. When it comes to money, you have to understand one thing. You got to understand the difference between interest rate and return on investment. You got to understand the difference between interest rate in return on investment. Somebody write the word ROI in the comments, return on investment. Let me tell y'all the difference between interest rates and return on investments. Interest rates is what you pay a credit card company or a lender, right? Return on investment is what you earn on the back end. So when you buy assets, as long as your assets is more than that interest rate, you just made a good deal no matter how much the interest rate was. Does that make sense? Let me explain it to you. Let's just say you got into this program, $3,000 program of RPX. And I feel bad for saying that, it's so low. But let's say you got into this $3,000 program for RPX, right? And let's just say you put it on a credit card. And let's just say your payment was like pennies. What's that, $150 or something? I don't even know how cheap that payment is. That's cheap, right? $150, right? For a payment, maybe $200 max, right? $200 for a payment. But let's just say you learned something in this program that made you an additional $2,000 a month. That's it. We talking low right now. I know plenty of millionaires that Marcus and show, but we want to give y'all something reasonable for those of you who don't believe in yourself just yet. $2,000, right? Let me ask y'all a question. If the interest rate was 24% and you had to pay $200 per month, but you made $2,000 per month in income, was that a bad deal or was that a good deal? If that was your only option, was that a bad deal or was that a good deal? Heck yeah. Heck yeah, it was a good deal. Let me ask you a question. So I want to give you $1,000. I want to give you $1,000. I just need you to give me 100. I want to give you $1,000. I just need you to give me $100. Or you gonna give me that $100 if I'm gonna give you $1,000? Heck yeah, you are. But there's a problem. You don't have $100 on you. I'm only taking cash. You got 2 minutes to give me $100, and I'm gonna give you $1,000. What you gonna do? Somebody write in the comments. What are you gonna do? You got 2 minutes to give me $100. I'm gonna give you $1,000. I'm not taking credit. I'm only taking cash. What are you gonna do to give me that $100? What you gonna do? Right. So you're gonna borrow, right? You're gonna go to somebody and they're gonna tell you, look, this is your last resort. I'll give you this $100, but here's the problem: no Cash App, no Zelle. I see y'all trying to cheat. None of that. You got to borrow it from somebody. That one person that you go borrow from and say, look, I'll give you this 100, but I want 100% interest, which means if I give you 100, I need 100 back. If I give you this 100, you need to return 100 more back to me. So I need a total of $200. This is your last resort. That's a loan shark, right? They talking about 100% interest. That's crazy. But let me ask you a question. Are you going to do that loan? This is your last resort. I'm going to give you $1,000. You need to give me 100. They're telling you they'll give you 100, but they're going to charge you $100 in interest. Are you taking that or no? Are you taking that or no? I want to get y'all thinking really quick. Heck yeah, you're going to take that. Why are you going to take it? Because you paid 100% interest. I'm going to talk to some of y'all in the room today. You paid 100% interest, but you had to give them back 200, but you just got $800 more in profit. In fact, you got infinite return because you didn't have to use any of your own money. You used somebody else's money. The problem with many of you is that instead of you thinking about how much money you can make, you thinking about how much money you paying somebody else. You count somebody else's pocket more than you count your own pocket. You feeling bitter because somebody else made a little money when they helped you make a lot of money. I had a financial advisor on my team. He was making $40,000 a year. $40,000 a year. He came on my team, right? I showed him, and 1 year later, he made $300,000. He went from $40,000 to $300,000 from what I taught him on my team. And you would think he would be like, man, Marvin, I appreciate it, man. You helped me to basically 10x my money. I went from $40,000 to $300,000. Thank you. You know what he came to me and said? He said, yeah, I made $300,000, but how much did I make the company though? He was worried about what the company was making instead of the fact that he just made $300,000 when all he did by himself was $40,000. Don't be that person, y'all. Don't be that person. You know what else person I don't want you to be? My mentor tell me this all the time. It's 3 different types of people when it comes to money, y'all. You got cheap people, cheaper people. You got freeple people, and then you got preeple people. Those are premium people. The freeple people are the ones who They'll come to the webinar. They'll come to the free webinar because they ain't got nothing at stake. They ain't got no money vested in it. It's free. They said, I'll come to a free webinar, but I ain't buying nothing. You can't get me to do nothing. I'm just going to get all the free information that I can. Like Marcus giving you all of his information for free. He giving you a lot of it, but you ain't going to get all of Marcus on no free 3-day webinar. Marcus teaches people every single week. He got classes going on almost every single day. You think you're going to get all this game in just a 3-day webinar? You get those free people that say, well, I'll go to his lives. I'll come to his webinars, but I ain't taking no action. I ain't paying nobody nothing. It's a scam, right? Let me tell you about the word scam. Scam means still confused about money. If you think somebody is trying to help you make money for cheap, $2,500, $3,000 is a scam, let me tell you about your government. The same government that tells you to go to school every year, pay for student loans, pay $30,000 a year for student loans. You come out of school with $120,000 in debt, and then you still ain't done. You want to go to grad school and get more debt, and then you go get yourself a job where they tell you to put the money into the 401k, and now that money's stuck and you can't even touch it until you're 59 and a half because that money in prison. And if you lose that job, you still can't touch the money because they tell you if you take it out, they're going to penalize you 10% because you're under the age of 59 and a half, just because they want you to retire when you're 65. And then when you retire when you're 65, then they're going to tell you you need to live off of less money that you did when you were working, because now you got to take that money out of the 401k and you got to pay taxes on all of that money because you wasn't smart enough to hire somebody like Marcus to be a mentee to learn how to play the game. And then the government want to be even worse. They want to tell you when they decide to that they want to raise the taxes on you. So now you get even less that you can take out of that 401k. They want you to live like you a slave when you're in your 60s after you done worked 40 years being a slave in a job. And you talking about somebody that's helping make millionaires for $3,000 is a scam? Your government is the scam. Your traditional thinking when it comes to financial advising is a scam. The people who try to attack markets because they don't want markets teaching the truth because they don't understand it, those are the scams because they got y'all confused about money, still confused about money. That's the scam. That's what free people do. They call everything a scam because they're afraid to grow. They're afraid to commit to themselves. And then you got the next level, which is the cheaper people. The cheaper people, they'll buy something, but they're the type of people that they'll go to their friend's new business and celebrate their friend's new business. And they'll go out and say, look, since you're my friend, I need a discount. They want a discount from their friend. You know what premium people do? They go to their friend business and say, how much can I pay you? They go to their friend's business and say, Marcus, how much is this? I don't want the discounted price, bro. Charge me the whole price because you deserve the whole price. In fact, you deserve more. I feel like I'm robbing you. Don't give me no discounts. Don't give me no discounts. These premium people are the type of people when they friends come and say, bro, I'm just bless you with this for free. I appreciate that, bro, but let me pay you. Because if I don't pay you, I'm hurting myself because I'm not sowing a seed into my life. And I understand the law of sowing and reaping. If I sow into my life, it's going to come back to me. And if I take this from free, I'm only blocking my blessing. I ain't blocking you. I'm blocking my blessing. That's what premium people want. Premium people want the best. They deserve the best. You know why? Because they pay the best. Write this down. Y'all ready for another principle? Write this down. You cannot charge what you're not willing to pay. You cannot charge what you're not willing to pay. Many of y'all are trying to start a business and you wondering why ain't nobody buying your products. And then when you got an opportunity to invest in a program like RPX, you saying, well, I don't want to come out of that money. And then you wonder why your business ain't growing. People don't buy who you are. That's a lie. People buy the actions that you take. People buy the actions that you take. If you somebody, this gonna hit a lot of you. If you somebody who always saying, well, I got to think about it. I got to talk to my spouse. I got to see what my spouse gonna say. Give me a day or two to think about it. If you that type of person, and then you start having clients and they always got to think about it, guess what? It's not because they wanted to think about it. It's because they read your think about it energy. If you want to attract different things, you got to start doing different things, which means you got to take action now. That same advisor came to me. He was struggling. The one that came to me and said that he was making a company a lot of money. He came to me one time. I'm training them. He said, look, everybody got to think about it. I can't close nobody. I said, I got you, bro. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fly you out. Come down here. I'm going to be in Atlanta. He's in St. Louis. I said, I'm going to be in Atlanta. Come out. I'm going to spend about 3 hours with you and train you on that topic so you won't get there no more. You know what he said? Man, that's a little flight. Let me check with my wife. I got to think about it. I said, bro, that's your problem right there. You ain't getting nobody to take action because you got to think about everything. And it clicked for him right away. He said, damn, I get it. You're right. I don't even got to check with my wife. I'm doing this. My wife can forgive me later. I'm doing this. He did it. He came out to Atlanta. Next thing you know, the next month he had his best month ever. Why? Because he took action. Somebody say action. I will act now. I will act now. I will act now. I will act now. Do it 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 now. You got to be willing to do it now. Don't wait. You got to be willing to do it now. If you want people to be attracted to you, that's going to take action fast, you got to be the person that's going to take action fast. Am I speaking to somebody right now? Am I speaking to somebody right now? Look, you cannot charge what you're not willing to pay. You want to charge somebody a high price, you got to be willing to pay a high price. You want to charge somebody a premium, you got to be willing to be a premium. It ain't who you are. It ain't what you do, it's who you become in the process. Look, I got a couple more things for you. Then I'm gonna give y'all just a couple plays. I promise y'all I was gonna give y'all a couple plays. I'm serious. I want to see y'all taking action, action, action. This is what it's all about. Action. I'm gonna give y'all a play. I'm ready to go ahead and give y'all a play. Should I go ahead and give him a play, Marcus? All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a play. Many of y'all know I teach the infinite banking system like nobody else. Like I'm the best at it when it comes to the infinite banking. I got a reel that's going viral right now. It's almost at 4 million talking about the infinite banking. Because the game I give is different when it comes to the infinite banking. The strategies that I give is different when it comes to the infinite banking. There's nobody who does infinite banking better than me. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm confident in that, right? So here's the thing that I did. So infinite banking is basically when you build out a policy, and when you build out that policy and you build out a tax-free cash value, not death benefit, but you build up a tax-free cash value. Success loves speed. You're right. Build up a tax-free cash value, and that allows you to borrow against that money. Now, when you borrow against that money, two things happen. You make money 2 times off the same dollar, right? You got a debtor, saver, and a wealth creator. The debtor, they go into debt, then they pay cash. They go into debt, they go into debt, and then they try to get out of debt. They go into debt, then they get out of debt. Their only goal is to get to zero. Problem is, there are homeless people on the street that are at zero, but that doesn't mean they're financially free, even if they're debt free. Then you got the saver. Those are the people that save, and then they pay cash. They save, and then they pay cash. Those type of people are not great either, because those type of people, they stop the forward momentum of their money every single time. They spend down their cash, and now they got to build it back up. Even though you finance everything you buy, you either pay an institution money to borrow their money, or a credit card company interest to use their money, or you lose the interest that you could have made had you not kept your own money and invested it, right? So the saver never gets ahead. The wealth creator, those are the people who never, ever, ever stops the forward momentum of money. Their money just keeps growing. It keeps magnifying over and over. They can't stop it. Nothing can stop it. It snowballs. So one of the plays is you let your money, put it into a cash value, properly structured. You let it grow the right way. You borrow against that money, right? When you borrow against that money is continuing to grow tax-free as if you never touched it. Plus, you can use that money to buy an asset. So let me give y'all the first play. You borrow, you loan, you build up this money. It's an interest-only loan, which means if you pay that money back within 12 months, it's no interest. So the first play, you take that money, you put it into a real estate deal. You borrow from it. The money is still growing tax-free as if you never touched it. The real estate deal is funded in 6 to 7 months. You sell it or whatever you do, you refinance it, whatever you're going to do, and then you pay the money back. Now you just made all of the interest from that cash value. Now you made all of the money from that real estate deal. You made your dollar work for you 2 times at the same time. 2 times at the same time. Can I go deeper? Somebody say go deeper. Somebody say go a little bit deeper. I'm going to go a little bit deeper for you. Let's reverse. We starting over. You got your cash value. You want to buy a property. But this time you get smart about it. You figure out a way to turn your credit into cash. You take the money from the credit card, then you go out and get the asset. Now your tax-free cash value is growing as if you never touched it. Now the property is still earning interest 2 times, and you just got all of the points from the credit card that you paid off from the cash value loan. So you purchased the asset with the credit card, you borrowed the money from the life insurance policy to pay off the credit card, and now you got your money working for you 3 times at the same time. Can I go a little bit deeper? Somebody say go a little bit deeper. Just go just deeper one more time. I'm gonna go just deeper one more time. All right, let's reverse. Let's reverse. Let's reverse. So you got the cash value. You buy the asset with the credit. Turn your credit to cash. You buy the asset. You got your money working for you 3 times at the same time. You got the life insurance. You got the points from the credit card that you paid off right away, and you got the home. The home. But you understand that the equity in a home ain't making money. So as you begin to fix it up a little bit, gain some equity in it. Now you refi. Now you do a cash out refi. I mean, you take a home equity line of credit against the home. You go out and buy another home. Now you got your money making money on that property. Your money making money on the first property. You got the points from the credit card, and you got the cash value life insurance that's making money tax free as if you never touched it. Can I go a little bit deeper? Can I go deeper one more time? I'm gonna go deeper just one more time. Can I go? If y'all with me, let me know if y'all with me. I don't want to go too deep now. I don't want to confuse y'all. Can I go deeper just one more time? All right, I'm gonna go deeper one more time. So you got the cash value. You got the asset that you bought from the credit that you turned into cash. You refinance that, you got another home. Now you learn how to be like the Rockefellers and structure a trust around that cash value. So now when you put it into a business name, now you don't pay taxes on that. So you avoided taxes because you learned how to structure it correctly, like the Rockefellers. You made money because the cash value is still growing as if you never touched it. You got the points from the credit card, and you got both of the properties. Now your money just worked for you 5 times. Can I go deeper one? Nah, I ain't gonna even do it. I ain't gonna even do that to y'all. But look, here's the thing, y'all. My course is selling like hotcakes right now. My course is selling like hotcakes. My course is $2,000, and I sold 40 of them within the last 2 weeks. $2,000, and they selling like crazy right now. But you want to know something even crazier? My course where I go deep into becoming your own bank. I go deep into how to structure your policies to get tax free. I go deep into learning how all of these plays I just talked to you, I break it down in detail. I break down which type of should you get, an IUL or a whole life. Somebody said rewind. I ain't gonna rewind. You go back. I show you how to be like the Rockefellers and build your family trust. I teach you all of these things, right? Like honestly, $2,000 ain't enough. It should be selling for $5,000. But here's the deal: that $2,000 course, y'all, that's changing people's lives. I appreciate Marcus so much and everything he's done for me. I said, Marcus, I want to give this to only the RPX community. I don't want the RPX community to have to pay for this. So if you're in the RPX community, you get this $2,000 course absolutely included in your membership. Nothing. You don't have to pay me nothing. If you RPX, you family to me. You don't have to pay me for this because Mark is already giving you enough value. I appreciate what he did for me. I said, Marcus, let me do you this. Let me go ahead and give you this $2,000 course. We're going to include it into RPX to give him even more value than you already given him. He already giving you credit card plays. He already giving you deals that he did with his private jet. He already giving y'all Turo plays, Airbnb plays. He giving y'all all of that, but I threw something in to take it to a whole nother level where you can learn how to use your life insurance. You can leverage it the same way that you leverage your credit. Now you can leverage life insurance and credit at the same time and learn how to take your whole family to a whole nother situation. Somebody say that's crazy in the comments. $2,000 course given to you for $3,000. In fact, Marcus, did you still got that deal going on, or did you go back to 3,000?
No, it's for everybody that's on here. It's 2,500, and they get a free VIP ticket to the next convention.
Damn, they get a VIP. That's worth the 3,000 right there. So you get this, y'all. Y'all get a VIP ticket. I don't think y'all heard what Marcus said. Let me break it down for y'all, because Marcus humble. I'm not humble in this case. I'm a shout from the mountaintops how crazy this deal, y'all, is. You get VIP access to speakers like Magic Johnson, Mike Tyson, Marcus. VIP, that means you up front. I was VIP. I was up front talking to the speakers, y'all. That's how crazy it was. You get VIP access to the convention. You get my course that's included within that, the $2,000 course that's included, absolutely at no cost to you. You get a discount where it ain't 3,000, it's 2,500. If y'all don't take advantage of this deal, y'all, it's crazy because only RPX members get into the conference for free. And when I say they get into the conference for free, they don't get VIP. You don't just get VIP because you part of RPX. So we offering you VIP. All right, y'all. I got one more thing I got to say to y'all. Some of y'all want to make this decision. In fact, if you're ready to make this decision and go ahead and get RPX, I want to see action takers, people who are ready to do it now, people who understand that you can't charge what you're not willing to pay, people who understand that when you invest in yourself, it's the ultimate cheat code, people who understand the seed versus the harvest. I need some of y'all who ready to say, I'm going to take action right now, today, not tomorrow, because procrastination is the assassination of your joy. I want to see you drop some fireballs in the comments right now if you're ready to take some action and get this today. Drop some fireballs in the comments if you're ready to take advantage of this today. I want to see so many fireballs. If you're ready to take advantage of this today and you haven't taken advantage of it already, I want to see you drop some fireballs in the chat right now. Commit first, y'all, and figure out the rest later. Commit first and figure out the rest later. See, let me explain to y'all this last thing before I go. You a giraffe. You a giraffe. That means you can see high above the trees. That means your vision is clear. That means nobody can see the same vision that you can see because your neck stands tall above the rest. Nobody else can see what you can see. Your vision is clear, and you're feeling good about that vision. You're feeling good about RPX. You're feeling good about what markets are going to teach you. You're feeling good about getting my course. You're feeling good about all of that because your vision is clear. You know you're about to change your life. But then you do something crazy. You stick your neck down and you try to get validation and permission from a turtle. Now, the turtle could be your spouse. The turtle could be your friend. The turtle don't mean you no harm. The turtle just can't see what you see. So you ask the turtle, what should I do? Should I go ahead and take advantage of RPX? And the turtle gonna look at you and say, I don't see it. It don't make sense to me. The turtle can only see 2 feet in front of him. You a giraffe, but you getting that validation from a turtle. And then you start to doubt yourself and you keep your head down too long. There's one thing you need to know about the giraffe. The oxygen from a giraffe flows through their neck, which means if they keep their head down too long, they will eventually suffocate and pass out, and they can even eventually die if they keep their head down too long. And that's what's happening to some of you right now. You've been keeping your head down and your self-pity for so long. You've been so comfortable being mediocre for so long that you've been suffocating and you've been dying right where you stand. Yeah, you walking around, you talking to people, they see you, but you walking like you dead. You're not taking no action in your life. You're not living your dreams. You're not believing what God told you to do. You're not following the desires of your heart. And you stand there in that environment and you're not doing anything different. You stand there. And if you stay there too long, you're going to die in that same situation. Somebody say, I'm not dying. I'm going to live. I'm ready to take my life to the next level. Somebody say, I'm ready to take my life to the next level. Shout out for Ryan. Ryan said, I just signed up. Who else just signed up? We want to shout you out. Who else just signed up? We want to shout you out. Drop that link. Drop that link. That link is in the offer. You got to click on offers, but I want you to also drop that link in the chat. I want everybody to drop that link in the chat about 5-6 times. I want everybody to see that link in the chat. I know it's in the offers, but I want you to drop it in the chat about 5 or 6 times. I want you to put HTTPS so that way it turns into a link. When you put HTTPS / and you put that website, it's going to turn into a link. Drop that in the link about 10 times. I don't want nobody to say, I missed out on the opportunity of a lifetime during this lifetime of the opportunity. Look, I understand you want to be cautious, but here's the problem. It's good to be cautious, but don't let cautious keep you away from your dreams. Don't let being cautious keeping you away from your God-given destiny. You were meant to live a life of abundance. You were meant to live a life above the rest, the head and not the tail. The lender, above and not beneath. You were meant to be that person. Abundance is your birthright. You already have the inheritance, you all. All you got to do is claim that inheritance. All you got to do is walk into your destiny. Do you know, me being a financial advisor, do you know how many times that I see people who somebody died and the kids never come to claim their inheritance? All they got to do is come and sign the paper. All they got to do is come and sign the paper. But they're afraid to come and sign the paper, right? Or they don't know about the paper. Well, you know about the paper. You know all you need to do is sign your name. Signing your name is equivalent to you clicking on this link and signing up for RPX. All you got to do is sign it. All you got to do is do that. Once you do that, your abundance is your birthright. That inheritance will be yours. I know it will, because just like me, you're going to be able to walk into a room, walk into a community of like-minded people who all got goals. You're going to be able to walk into a community of people who all see the same thing as you. They all got the same vision as you. They're going to support you. See, Marcus ain't going to be the one that's going to change your life. He got the program. It's the community that's going to change your life. I met some of my best business partners by being a part of the community. Marcus met all the circle of CEOs by being a part of community. He went to an ET event. He didn't get where he was just because of ET. He got to where he was because he met people who went to go see ET. Just like you're gonna meet your business partners when you come to the RPX convention, right? So who else just took action, y'all? I want to shout y'all out before we end today. Who else just took some action? Who else about to take some action, y'all? And don't be saying you taking action if you're not. I want you to be aligned with your word. Your word is your bond. Your word is your bond. Your word is your bond. Some of you are afraid to make a commitment to anybody else because you never made a commitment to yourself. Some of you are afraid to believe in anybody else because you lie to yourself all the time. This is your opportunity to get out of that. Say, I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm going to take action. I'm going to take action fast. Shout out to Ro. Shout out to Ro that just signed up. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to who is that? I'm missing. Y'all going too fast. Do it now, y'all. Do it now. Mm-hmm. Do it now. Shout out
to Jordan just joined.
Jordan. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Jordan. Who about to take that step right now? Y'all got, look, when you click on that link, here's the thing, y'all. Somebody said doing it now. When you click on that link, here's the thing. When you click on that link, it will not take you out of this webinar. It's going to open up a new browser, so you're not escaping us. Shout out to Eldry that just signed up. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Eldry. Shout out to Audrinet. I want to shout you out, y'all. Take some action. Take some action. I want to shout you out really quick before we go. We got about 2 minutes. Shout out to Rufus. I'm loving it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me address Robert Haley really quick. This is going to be for some of you. Robert, don't take it as I'm trying to attack you. I promise you I'm not. This is for everybody. Robert said, never scared, but I can't afford it. I don't have it. Let me help you out. The first thing you got to do is you got to watch your language. When you're telling yourself things like, I don't have it, I can't afford it, the universe listens to what you're saying. And as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. The universe will obey your command. Your command was, I don't have it. Your command was, I can't afford it. I don't want you to say that. This is what I want you to say. How can I get it? How can I go out and get it right now? What possibilities can I have to get it? I know Marcus had somebody. I talked to Marcus, somebody from Marcus Conference, and you know what they told me? They said, I remember when I joined RPX, I didn't have the money. I didn't even have a credit card. He just told you how to use credit, but he said, I didn't have a credit card. I didn't have anything. He said, but I wanted to join RPX because I felt like this was the thing to do. So he said, I went out and I sold my car. He literally sold his car. He got the money from selling his vehicle to pay for RPX. He said that was the best thing that I ever did. He said, I'm making about $6,000 a month when I was dead broke before I went into RPX. This is somebody who didn't have any dollars. He went out and sold something to get that. At the time, it was $3,500. He went out and sold something to get the $3,500 to join RPX. Now he's making $6,000 a month. So I don't want to hear anybody say I don't have it. Let me ask you a question. When are you going to have it? At some point, you got to do something that don't make sense. You got to plant a seed that you don't have. How can you grow a harvest when you're afraid to plant a seed? Get the money. Borrow it from somebody. It's $2,500. You mean to tell me that you don't have? Let me ask you a question. You got a child. Somebody's holding a gun to your child's head. And they say, if you don't get me $2,500 within the next couple of hours, I'm pulling this trigger. Are you going to find a way to get it? Or are you going to say, well, you just dead, son. Daddy ain't got it. What you going to do? What you going to do? How are you going to get it? Make it real. Are you going to find a way to get this money? Or are you going to let your son die? It's always a way. It's always a way to get it. With that being said, I'm going to call you, give y'all one last opportunity, then I'm out of here. Don't miss this opportunity. I promise you, prices are going up. I promise you, you ain't getting the VIP ticket again. just for joining RPX. You're going to get general just like everybody else. I promise you this opportunity ain't going to come by where you get my $2,000 course included for $2,500. That's basically meaning you paying like $500 for Marcus program. That's crazy. That's crazy.
16
You ain't gonna
chapters.
get this opportunity no more. With that being said, Marcus, it's been real, bro. I appreciate you having me on, and I'm super excited to see many of y'all new people into RPX changing your lives. I know you're about to change your lives. I know you're about to create millions for yourself, for your family. You're about to be a generational curse breaker. Your children's children are gonna look back and say, "This is the reason why our family is the way that we are now because of the decision that my great grandmother made." Because of the decision that my great grandfather made on this day, July 1st. July 1st. You ain't never gonna forget this day. Or if you already signed up for it, whatever day that was, you ain't never gonna forget this day. So I appreciate y'all. Much love. Thanks so much for having me on, bro.
Hey, Marvin, they need your Instagram. They asking what's your Instagram, Marvin.
Follow me on Instagram. It's my name, Marvin Mitchell Official. Marvin Mitchell Official. Watch out, we got a couple of fake accounts, y'all. So MARVIN MITCHELL official. OFFICIAL. No spaces, no dashes, no periods, no double letters. Just spell it out. Marvin Mitchell official. Appreciate y'all.
Most definitely. Yo, listen, shout out to everybody who taking action tonight, right? I want you guys, everybody that's taking action tonight. Marvin has said a mouthful on what all is in recession proof, the value that he's added. You guys don't understand that. That's not even something that we always talk about, right? But what I want you guys to understand is that the community that we build and the energy that we bring, right? It's levels to life. And the only way that you reach new levels is by change, right? Something always has to change. You have to leave something behind. And a lot of time it's the thinking, it's our mindset, the way that we look at things. So if nothing changed, if nothing impacted you tonight, at least be impacted about the way that you process things and the decisions that you make and the way that you approach them, right? Every way that you approach things should completely change tonight. Even for myself, it's never a time where you can't make adjustments, right? I'm sitting here listening to Marvin and I'm making adjustments. I'm making adjustments to my life. So listen, everybody, this is our fourth day. Right? This is our fourth day. If you're not inspired, if you're not motivated to want change and ready to make the change and ready to sacrifice and do whatever it takes to make that change, then at this point, it's nothing else I could do. Right? It's nothing else I could do. So, but what I do want you to do is this. Is that I want you to I want your mindset to continuously grow. I want you to stay dedicated in everything that you learn. Go help and teach somebody else. And also keep in mind, if you do not have the money to actually pay for it today or set up a payment plan, right? We got the payment plan set up as well. You can do something. You can actually apply for funding, right? We actually have funding available for you to be able to join Recession Proof. So go ahead and check that out as well. If not, check out my actual podcast and the interviews that I do where I teach you how to go out and go to the banks and get funding. I teach you how to clean your credit for free. These are things that I already provide and teach you how to do. So by the time you meet me on these webinars and we start talking about cash flow and we start talking about creating wealth, you should already be in a set of going, I'm tuned into him 500. I've been tuned into him for 6 months. Okay, if you've been tuned into me for 6 months, your credit should be together. At some point, you should be like, okay, he said do this. He said opt out of the secondary bureaus. He said send in this letter. He said, contact these people to put trade lines on my credit report, how to add accounts to my credit report. These are all things that I've already taught you. So that way, when it's time for you to make the decision and it's time for you to cross that path and jump the broom, you're already ready. All right. So listen, the link for funding with him 500 has been dropped in the chat as well. For those of you who need funding, right? If you go listen at $2,500, I promise you that you won't catch this sale again, especially with a free VIP ticket. There's over 15 different curriculums within Recession Proof to help you change your life. Right? Everything from life insurance all the way to we getting ready to put in an IV, how to do IV drips and create your own vitamin IV company, how to do your own ambulance company. Listen, when I tell you being recession proof is it's just not strictly a credit company or a credit program. This is an entrepreneur development community, period. And it helps everybody take it to the next level. And we got every aspect in it that you can imagine. So listen, it's nothing else that I got to say. We got over 10,000 members in Recession Proof that are winning that we're going to continuously build with. Every few months, 2-3 times a year, I do these events and do these webinars where I come on and I give you guys value to the community. And, we've trained over 100,000, 200,000 people for free. but it's 10,000 people that I train that's paid. And those are where I'm creating and I'm focused and making sure that I give them everything that they need to become a millionaire. If y'all think I poured into y'all here, imagine what I do within my paid community, y'all. So listen, I appreciate everybody though that's been tuned in and taking the time out, because it shows your seriousness, right? It shows your level of dedication. And no matter what, if you wasn't in a position to do it and you didn't pull the trigger this week, continuously stay on this path and continuously be better, because you're making good decisions. Being here was a great decision, especially on a bonus day. That's 4 days out your life that you have dedicated to actually learning and improving yourself. And so what I want to do is I salute you and I commend you, and do not feel like you're condemned because you weren't in the position. But let's figure out how to get you in the position to be better, and understand that the resources and the community is here, and we're here to head past you the ladder and pass it down to uplift you. Because listen, we all been there. We have all been there, and we in this together. So do not feel like you by yourself. Understand we are all here together. I will see y'all on the other side. Tap in with me. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at him500. Follow Marvin Mitchell Official. Make sure you follow my guy Mogul Lifestyle, who was on last night as well. He's tagged in my stories, who talked about the storage facilities. Okay, so listen, I will see you guys on the other side. Everybody who's in the family, we got a great coaching call coming up this Wednesday. Get ready, get prepared. It's gonna be amazing. I will see you guys on the inside, y'all. Let's go.
Let's go.
Have a good night.